5 minutes after 11 p.m. Central Africa time. That was Thames coming in with a replay, bringing us to our second conversation, the first for this hour. Of course, I want you to participate if you are a fan of the world of ballet, if you want to get to know the world of ballet. Find us on WhatsApp, send through your questions, finding us on +27 83 288 Now, he was born in Italy. His name is Mario Gaglione, who began his ballet career at the Royal Theatre of San Carlo. This was in Naples before completing his studies at the English National Ballet School in London, this happening in 2015. Now, he has since performed with several esteemed companies across the world and is now a senior soloist at Joburg Ballet, where he also serves as the company's first associate choreographer. And so tonight we have an opportunity to speak about this new extraordinary production, Celestial Bodies, a groundbreaking collaboration that blends ballet, music, storytelling, and astrophysics. I am so excited to be delving into this one. Mario, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to African Diaries.
Thank you so much for having me tonight, guys.
Let's talk about celestial bodies. Right? I was like astrophysics and science and ballet all in one. How are we doing that?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. I I sometimes ask myself, how do I even think of certain things? But I'll tell you the story of how this actually came to be. I went to the theater to see a show called Hidden Giants. I had no idea what it was. My friend Chloe just said, "Come with me. I'm giving you tickets. You just have to see this." And I was asking her, "What is it about? Is it a play? Is it a ballet? Is it a music show?" She said, "I don't know. It's the universe on stage." And I thought she was just joking with me. But eventually I went to see the show. And to be honest with you, I was mind blown. It was the most extraordinary, revolutionary thing that I had seen because it was blending science with live music, with stunning visuals, and with a lot of philosophy behind it. And it was the first time that I was seeing something like this done live in a theater. And yes, I love science and I love anything that's curiosity. But this time I was just very, very, very taken aback by what I was seeing. So immediately after the show, I went to Luca Pontiggia and Yashin Modi, who are the two guys that make part of the universe on stage. And I said to them, look, we need to collaborate. I want to create a ballet using your beautiful concept and collaborating with Joburg Ballet. And so that happened.
And just like that, you then present us with this beautiful, extraordinary piece. Tell me about the sentiments that you had and when piecing this together. I mean, there is the fusion of science and music and the like, but there is also a storyline. What was your storyline?
The storyline behind it is very much one that connects all of us. If you think about any time you look up at the sky, you can be in any part of the world, any age, any background, you will be just surprised by how big the universe is above you. You will feel so small and you would have so many questions. I think it's the most human and natural thing to feel. So the common element that connects us all is this curiosity and this feeling part of something that's much bigger than us, but to which we belong, all of us. There are so many questions that humans have asked each other and themselves for now millions of years, and most of them are still unanswered. What are we? Why are we here? What is our aim in life? What even is life? And why do we know so little and yet we think we know so much? It's all about trying to find answers to these questions, which, to be honest with you, I don't think we will never find answers to. So it's the story of people being part of a much wider universe in which we belong.
Wow. The voice there of Mario Gaglione joining us this evening, who is an extraordinary dancer, ballet dancer, and his has become one of telling stories through the dance form that is ballet, but including science. Yes, you heard right, science, as well as music that is cinematic and that takes you on an experience beyond what we usually on the daily live and breathe. And so we take a quick breather. When we get back, we continue conversations with Mario. I want to delve into this award-winning ballet that was dubbed Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That in just a short bit. We are still in conversation with Mario Gaglione, who joins us, ballet dancer extraordinaire, award-winning, behind this work of art dubbed Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now, Mario, I've only seen the movie. I cannot imagine what a ballet piece of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory would look like. Tell me more.
Yeah. So that is it's quite the ballet, I have to say. It is my biggest creation to date, and it is the biggest accomplishment for me as a choreographer, but also as an artist in general. It was something that I just decided to do one day, and it's taken years of preparation. That's what goes behind the making of a ballet like that. So it is a mega production. We're talking about maybe 70 people in the cast, including dancers, children, actors, and extras. We're talking 2 acts. We're talking brand new score created for the production. It's based on, obviously, on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I've been as close as possible to the source material. Obviously, adapting it to stage for a ballet, because you can't take the book and just do exactly as every line says and expect it to be to make sense in the form of ballet on a stage. But I've gotten as close as possible to that, and I believe the intent behind was always to create something that would feel magical to children, especially, but to all of us adults who have been children before. And we've all had the dream of finding a golden ticket in life. It can be anything. It can be expectations. It can be a dream of ours of getting a job or getting that career or finding love. Anything. All of us have the golden ticket dream, and this was, I believe, my golden ticket, creating a ballet for this company and creating something that would feel special to generations to come. There's a sense of magic behind every step that I created for this. I really wanted it to feel a bit different from your usual traditional ballet, while still using the proper structure and the technique and the skill level of dancers of October Ballet, who are just incredible. And they were the inspiration behind everything. But at the same time, I also wanted to make it as relatable as possible to anybody in the audience that would come. So it's not the kind of ballet that only appeals to your usual ballet audience who understands and knows maybe a little bit more about technique or expression or ballet in general. It is supposed to be something that anybody can just go and watch at the theater and be mesmerized by. Maybe because of the music, maybe because of the dancing, maybe because of the storytelling. It can be anything. It has something for everybody.
Mario, you spoke about assimilating this particular ballet piece. Of course, not word for word as the book suggests. However, being able to stick as close as you could to the narrative of the book. How do you do that musically? Like, I'm wondering, what would the music be if you're trying to interpret Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on stage?
So I was very, very, very lucky because I collaborated with an award-winning composer. Now, his name is Mark Chain, and he's just an incredible, incredible artist. I mean, we have worked together closely for over 9 months to create the score. So what I would do in the process is that I would draft the entire structure of the ballet. And I'm talking not just, okay, it's 2 acts. I'm talking scene by scene, almost everything that happens in that scene. That's why I'm saying it took me a long time to come up with almost like, let's call it a script behind the ballet. So I would say, for example, okay, this is the scene number 2, and we are in the house of Charlie Buckets, and it starts with the mother sleeping on the rocking chair. We hear the snow falling outside, and then I would put a little note. Can you please create a rumbling sound that all gives us the idea of a broken piece of wood that's falling off the edge of the walls, because they're living in a very they're living in poverty, and the house is falling apart. Then I would say something like, okay, at this point, mom is bringing 4 teacups to the 4 grandparents on the bed. And can I have a small flute accent on each time that she pours tea to them for the morning breakfast? So I would go sometimes into very, very fine detail. And sometimes I would just say, okay, in this other scene, I'd like to have something more generic, and I need 64 bars of a strong melody that is quite chaotic, and it gives the idea that we are in a town scene full of people. Everybody's running around trying to buy the latest chocolate bar, searching for their golden ticket. And I really would like to have as many strings as possible, but also give me a triangle here and give me a flute there. So it was very much a process of me telling him what I would like for each scene, sometimes in a lot of detail, sometimes not so much. And eventually I would also give him a few sort of examples of music that I would say, okay, I think this track of music gives me the right mood for what I'm looking for, not necessarily the melody or the instruments, but can you take it in consideration and just listen to it and maybe give me something that might resemble that feeling behind it. Or I could say, I want this bit here to have absolutely no percussion at all. I just want strings and wind instruments. What can you give me? I need 5 bars. I need 10 bars. I want a pause here. And then he would he would come back with MIDI tracks that he would compose himself in his own by himself. And they are very useful because you get an idea of what they would sound like if they were played by an orchestra. And then I would come back to him and say, great, this is perfect. Or say something like, I think this is the right path, but I'm not a fan of the melody here. Can you just adjust it and change it? And that's what takes time. And it's a trial and error. And then I would go to the studio with the dancers and test it out. So I would play the music, I would create some steps with them, trying to bring the best out of them in terms of what their technical aspect is like and what my ideas are for the scene. And then we would eventually, bit by bit, day by day, month by month, create a ballet. And that was one of the most extraordinary things that I've done in my life so far, because you don't get to work with a composer any day. So it was just amazing. Mark is very remarkable.
Absolutely, as his name suggests. I want
Yeah,
to ask you a quick question. Did you have to watch the movie a number of times, or did you rely on the book?
I relied on the book a lot. I had it with me in rehearsals because sometimes I would pin down certain details that I really wanted to bring up in the production. And then, sometimes you forget. So I kept going back to my notes, to what I got from the books. But yes, it was mostly essentially the book, sorry. And funny enough, I only ever watched the very first movie from the 70s a few months ago. So after the ballet was done and all that, I had seen the Johnny Depp one, and I was always a fan. I just loved I love that rendition. It was amazing. And maybe unconsciously, some quirks I might have taken inspiration from that. But I would say the book was essentially my Bible for a very long 2, 3 years. Yeah.
The voice there of ballet dancer and choreographer extraordinaire. That is Mario Gaglione joining us this evening, 21 minutes after 11 p.m. Central Africa time. Ours is to take a quick stop. When we get back, we find out how we can experience the play that is, or rather the production that is Celestial Bodies. 22 minutes after 11 p.m. Central Africa time. We are still with Mario Gaglione, who is behind the play, the award-winning ballet that is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, one of his, and he says it himself, one of his greatest creations. Mario, for the second installment of your greatest creations, I think this is Celestial Bodies. For those who want to watch, who want to experience, who want to live within this universe, that is Celestial Bodies. How do we get to watch this piece?
Yes. So there's only one performance, unfortunately, at the moment. We are planning on reproducing it more and more. But at the moment, it's going to happen on April 14th. So that is a Tuesday at 6:30 at the UJ Theater. And it's actually a free event because the Italian Institute of Culture is going to sponsor the event. It's been I've managed to build a beautiful collaboration with the Italian Institute of Culture over the years, and they promote Italian culture. Now, seeing that I'm Italian and I'm the creator of this production, they wanted to offer it for free to the public of Joburg and whoever wants to come in and enjoy the show. So tickets will be limited, and it's going to be accessible through a link that they will very soon make available to the public.
Mario, that sounds like a survival of the fittest journey. So if you miss your opportunity, then we'll have to see it next time. And when do you suppose the next time will be after the 14th of April?
We are hoping to tour it in South Africa. But there's been a very popular demand for this show because it's not just the dance aspect that gives people this curiosity of coming to watch it. There's also the scientific and the live music aspect. So when you blend different audiences, that's when I think you create something special, and that's when the buzz comes in and people want to see more of it. So we are hoping as a company to bring it around South Africa and not just in Joburg. But I don't have exact dates at the moment.
No problem, no wahala, Mario. Thank you so much for joining us. We cannot wait to see you on the stage. I hope I access that link first. I hope I'm the first person to get that link so that I can get my tickets. Nevertheless, Mario, this has been an absolute pleasure, and we cannot wait to see you grace the stage, but also create more of these wonders that we get to experience in the world of ballet.
Thank you so much, Shayla. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
That is the voice of ballet extraordinaire, as well as award-winning choreographer. His name is Mario Gaglione, joining us this evening, and he is the mind behind Celestial Bodies. There's a groundbreaking collaboration that blends ballet, music, storytelling, and astrophysics. Whoever thought that the world of science would seep into the world of dance, okay? And not just any form of dance, ballet.